Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is another entry in a series called Decks That Beat Me. And what happened is, I thought I was doing pretty well. I had a Dragon Tribal deck. I had Joda down, I had multiple dragons out, and I got beat, ultimately. And it was a little bit of a long, drawn-out game. But it happened. So I took what I saw of the deck, which is what you see here, what I'm using. And I'm going to use it now. And I've tried to play test it a little bit, just a couple of matches, and I've won one and I've lost one. And I think I need to mix up the land a little bit. But other than that, I think we're almost done. So we'll show you what we're talking about after this match. We've got... Let me just get rid of you now. And see if you're willing to chump block for 4. No, he's willing to take it. He thinks he can get something out of the Hopeful Initiate still. Very well, so be it. For the new subscribers, my name is Travis. Thanks for joining. It's good to see the channel growing. It's fun. And I'm never sure how much I should keep in reserve and how much I should just go all out. But I guess 5 points of damage is a good enough shot. And if you're even newer and you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And I think this is the pre-made deck. It's got a bunch of flyers in it. They're basically angels. But he's putting them out one at a time. And we actually have removal one at a time. Oh, that's lovely. Take it. Alright. He doesn't have anything with counters on it. He gained 1 life. That ruined all my plans! No, not really. So your cards aren't good enough. You have to copy my cards, huh? Reset my guy. Okay. You're gonna put the counter on. Your own soldier. Okay. Then what are you gonna do? He's gonna attack. Oh, that's a mistake.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. You're done.
And
remember
now,
your training.
You kind of have to chump block at least, right? Yes, you do. We're kind of like a cat playing with our toy right now. We're very secure. As we watch them desperately leap to any possible source of safety. And another chump blocker. Good for you. And another life point. They've tripled their life score in the last couple of turns. Some good stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry. We don't allow that. Hey, don't freeze. Oh, it wasn't freezing, he was just scooping. Very well then. The Meticulous Emperor. And we'll see if the game... There we go. It did kind of hiccup there for a second. Anyway, Wandering Emperor is half of this combo, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a blink deck. It's a little bit more restrictive, but it's something that you can sort of keep going as long as you have enough mana to do so. And if the machine, if Magic will ever get its act together and actually resolve this, thank you, wow, it's Dragon today. We'll show you the rest of the deck. And we'll show you the little bit of land fixing that I have to do real quick. Okay, Meticulous Emperor. And the other part of the combo is Meticulous Excavation. It's a 1 mana enchantment from Brothers War. You spend 3 mana, you return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Then you can activate it only during your turn. Okay, so what we do is we wait till the enemy's turn, we put down Wandering Emperor as a flash for 4 mana, then when it's our turn, we return Wandering Emperor to our hand in safety. And then we wait till their turn, and we just need 7 mana to do this each time, and we put down Wandering Emperor again. And we can do that to exile attackers, we can do it to continually create white samurai creatures. If we have enough untapped mana, we could actually... At some point, I mean, we could spend 4 mana on their turn, untap, spend 3 to bring it up, and then spend 4 more to bring it down on our turn, so that we brought it down on their turn and our turn. It all depends on what we need to do. To help us with this, we've got 4 Brokers Initiates, Cat Citizens that are 0/4 chump blockers, Clockwork Drawbridge 0/3 chump blockers that we can use to tap target creatures. And we use this to also trigger the tap so that we can use Banishing Slash. If their creatures have Vigilance, we'll just tap them with the Drawbridge, and then we can destroy them with Banishing Slash. We've got 4 copies of Laydown Arms, also with Brothers War expansion. Exile target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of planes you control. That's why I went originally with all planes, but I'm double thinking that now. We've got 1 Calamity's Wake. This is my edition. Exile all graveyards. Players can't cast non-creature spells this turn. There is a lot of graveyard recursion in the current meta, so I do want 1 card in the deck to handle that. 1 Cathar Commando with Flash, we can bring it in, destroy target artifact or enchantment. 4 Destroy Evils, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater, or destroy target enchantments. Both are plentiful in this environment. Burning Slash, remember, doesn't just take care of tapped creatures, it can also destroy artifacts and enchantments. So we've got 8 answers for enchantments right there. 1 Siege Veteran, basic because that's all I have right now. 1 Takesha's Welcome, whenever 1 or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield, you draw a card. Now we only have 11 creatures, so this will kind of help us as we get them, if we get this out first. We can sort of draw through our deck a little bit. Otherwise, we do tend to flood out with the lands quite a bit. Touch the Spirit Realm, this is good for creatures or artifacts. And 1 Welcoming Vampire, 2/3 Vampire with Flying. Whenever 1 or more creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield, draw a card. It only triggers once, just like Takesha's Welcome only triggers once, but that's all now fine. I don't have 4 Wandering Emperors, I only have 3, but we're using them. And what I'm trying to figure out for the land fixing is, do I need to have a green or blue mana source in the deck so that I can actually activate the Cat Citizen and turn it into a 5/5 if I need to? And so I'm thinking I want to do that just to test it out. So we'll go to the lands. We will get 1 island, and we'll get 1 forest. And then we're going to search Streets of New Capenna, land, and land that sacrifices. And let's see, where is now? Yes, basic forest, plains, or island. In that way, we'll sacrifice 3 plains total. In that way, if we want to go ahead and have a chance to go ahead and pump these guys up, we've got 1, 2, 3 chances where before we had none. And the only thing that hurts us anywhere in this whole thing is in lay down arms, if perhaps they have a larger mana value and we get, you know, a couple of these first, so we don't have enough plains. I usually put a Field of Runes in here. I'm going to leave it out for now. It's brand new, we're still testing it. I actually didn't see when they beat me, I never saw anything other than a plains. Basic plains. But that's the idea. Basically, you're just going to recycle the Wandering Emperor and keep putting out 2/2 Vigilant Samurais. And when you feel safe to leave it on the board to pump up the Samurais, you can. But you got a bunch of first striking +1s with Vigilance coming at you before too much longer. So we start with the drawbridge. Then we put down the Meticulous Excavation. And we're ready for creatures or enchantments. We do want, as I said, you sort of need 7 land to keep the chain going between Wandering Emperor and Meticulous Excavation. 11 would be ideal, I guess. Or go up to 14, I don't care. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Facebreaker now. We could have just keep tapping it down, but I don't want to burn all my mana like that. Oh, they've got a Wandering Emperor. This happened in another match that I was playing, and it took a while.
And I will protect my people. Keep watch for intruders.
So we've got 3 of those, and we're not really being helped out. So we'll take the island. And depending on where our Wandering Emperor is, we could be in trouble. These guys don't tap normally. We could make it tap.
I have got new moves to teach you.
But we need to get things going within the next couple turns before we get overrun. And if they decide they don't want the drawbridge around, they could probably have removal right now if they felt like it. So anytime they start to see a 0/3 as a threat, we could be in trouble. And here's a problem with this deck. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 spells and 8 land. That is just messed up. Usually I'm the one griping about getting mana starved. Here I put together a really cheap deck, and we just have too many lands, I think. Our opponent,
We've got the edge in this fight.
We're actually outdrawing our opponent on land for a change. That's very rare, but they're getting extra cards. They're getting spells. They're getting things they can use. We can destroy you. Maybe. Depends on what they got. Do you have protection? If they did, they weren't willing to use it. Okay, we finally get something. We got something that holds up priority. They didn't kick that. Guess they don't need to. Okay. Can't attack or block, but the value still holds. We'll go ahead and tap that down so the enhanced one can't attack us.
I have got new moves to teach you.
And what are you going to use that on? You're going to actually get away. They think the 0/3 is enough of a troublemaker. They're going to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of you. because you're already plussed up. We'll go ahead and pay this. So not held anymore. And we're not going to attack. I did want to see what they were going to do. Don't like it.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
That's already a warrior. So he gets plussed up. And I'm pretty much dead. And oh, wow. Have you ever seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells versus 10 lands? There's nothing we can do against that. That was preposterous. Is this deck that good that they have to do that? They have to flood us out that way? Okay, let's go ahead and look at the mana value. 11 creatures, 1.9, 24 lands. So, I'm tired of getting starved of mana, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to go down to 20, and that lets us put something else in. So, what do I want to put in? I could put in another Cathar Commando, but I think I need something to take care of Planeswalkers. So let's go ahead and put in a Fateful Absence, and we'll just put in 2 of those. We'll take out 2 lands. So we're going to do the deck with 22 lands. We're at about 2.0 mana value. It's a very cheap deck. So if they're going to keep flooding us out, that's 2 less chances. And if we do get mana starved, although we do want our particular combo to have 7 mana to work, we should be able to hold off. The rate we're getting lands right now, we should be able to survive until we get that land. Especially with 2 more removal spells that only cost 2 mana. See, we got half of our combo already. Granted, we usually don't want 2 of them that quickly. And we've got a lot of other 1 mana spells, but they gave us 2 of the same kind. This is already looking like the Onicult Anvil. So we'll get rid of this puppy. Now, I've had this one card kill me because it's got 7 or 8 charge counters on it. We ain't waiting around for that. Come on, you got lots of cheap creatures and artifacts. I know your deck. There you go, Smelter. Smelter always comes up quick. Smelter goes away too. Smelter's another one can kill you just by taking all the artifacts and making them 3 red, 3/1 hasters. It's a good way to get an army against you. Okay, I'm already out of ammo and starting to flood out with the lands. There's another Smelter. That means I could be in trouble. Maybe I need more soldiers in the deck. I didn't see the entire deck that beat me. I did only see one soldier. The entire time. Can I do anything with that? I can only destroy my own creature. My creature's not evil. I'm not going to use Destroy Evil on it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. See, I feel like Wizards wants me to lose. That card was useless to me right then. Right? That's not an enchantment. It's all artifacts. We gotta wait for him to recognize what he can do with Smelter's power. If he wants to get rid of the blood token or the synthesizer. Yeah, that's easier. Just fly over me for a few turns. Ain't like I got anything else going on around here. And we're matching them land for land, which almost never happens. And we have 2 fewer lands. You saw me take them out. We don't have 24 lands anymore. We have 22. I guess it's a good thing my opponent still never misses a land drop, but you know, they don't really need one. They're accelerating the death at March here. Hey, look, another 0-4 we can't do anything with. This is the frustrating thing. These decks kill me very decisively when I encounter them. And when I use the same cards, they do not come up in the same combination. There was none of this 3 meticulous excavations at one time nonsense. I feel like I should have just designed the deck the way I normally do and put in my normal board wipes. Who cares about these when I could have had board wipes? And I fled out again, matching my opponent 7 lands for 7 lands. Man, this is what I experienced. My opponents come at me with a combination I haven't seen before. They devastate me with it. Even at first when I think I've got a good thing going, they devastate me with it. I use those cards. Do they work for me? No, they do not. Because you're Travis. You're a free-to-play player. You're scum. That's why I imagine the Wizards of the Coast people. They're like, actively, there's not just one person. It's not like an artificial AI system that's sabotaging me. They have an entire team devoted to making my online gaming life miserable at this point. They've bugged my house. They know everything that I'm thinking of doing. And that's why they need a team, is because they have to have a fast response time. They can't just have one person tweak one little thing. They're like, oh, he's going to use this deck. Quick, let's go do this. So I imagine there's at least like a 4 to 6 person crack team. They like just, that's where, I don't know if they're subscribers or not. At least they're subscribing, right? You are subscribing, right, Wizards? Every one of your crack team members are subscribers of the channel. That would be pretty bad if you did like an analytics and you found out like 5% of your audience are like actively working against you. Okay, we're gonna destroy Fable of the whatever breaker that is. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. What do we want to do with this puppy? Get rid of him? Yeah, let's get rid of him. And we'll bring down our excavation. Opponent does not miss a land drop. Thankfully, we've got something we can do to address that, and they had to tap out to get the dragon down. Here, let's go hit him for 0. Ha-ha! Take that, foul knave. Name like Swag Lord. He kills my 0-power creatures. What a monster. Hey, I'm down to 3 mana. I missed some land drops. I might actually get some other cards. Just in time for his counterspell, right? Oh no, just in time for that. Gross.
The entire multiverse is at stake.
He creates that. Let's just get rid of you now.
I lost a battle. Now knowledge is meant to be shared.
And land. And now we're going to get hit. How many planeswalkers are in this deck? How many mythic rares you got, buddy? He's throwing away a Fable of the Mirrorbreaker? No way. That's a good card. What are you throwing away that's better than that? All you did was get land, right? Maybe he's got a Hullbreaker and he needs 7 mana. And you've got Vigilance, so I can't do anything against you with Binding Slash. Of course. Just my luck. What's oops? Is oops because I made the mistake? Let's do this. Let's get him. Get him. Got him. Good. Here, we'll put this down too. Now the cool thing is since that got rid of a token, we can bring it back up into our hand and reuse it. Ouch! Yeah, we need to reuse it now too, don't we? Let's see, what does he get? Blah blah blah. Instants and sorceries, so we need to bring you back up now. Because we need an enchantment to take care of you. Because these are useless, they would. The first one would be countered by Jin-Gitaxias. I think that's at least as bad as a Hullbreaker Horror. Uh-oh. He double copied a spell. Oh, that is gross. And now's when I could use all my mana. Can I start complaining about that now? Because I complained about not having it last time, and he's got lethal next turn. Alright. He's got way too much of a leg up on me. I can get rid of one of you. And that's it. And he can cast another one in a second. Or just do one with the multiverse instead. Cast that for free using the enchantment. And that's lethal. So there our opponent got 8 lands to R4. Precisely the opposite of flooding out. We're going to keep going. At some point, the odds have got to allow us to actually have our 2 cards in place. We have 4 copies of one, and we have 3 copies of the Planeswalker. At one point, the Wandering Emperor will show up. It's got to happen someday. And it may be possible that I've got the wrong mix of cards, that this is not the best deck configuration. That's very possible, but I will say these are the only cards that I saw, and this is what they beat me with. So they didn't need something else to beat me. And this is a soldier deck, which tends to overrun me. You can go away now. I'm beginning to think I have too many Broker's Initiates in the deck. Look at all those guys. Look at that one go away. Yeah. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think I want to wait for another flyer with lay down arms. Double strike. Okay. They're doing it. He's probably got some combat tactic, right? Something to kill my guys with. Does 2 damage and gets to scry, so he gets rid of one of my chump blockers. And he likes the card that's coming up next. Alright. Let's see if they have any protection here. Let's see, I didn't put any in any Field of Runes, and they've got 2 Mishra's Factories already. And you can go away and you'll get 2 life out of it. And we are out of ammo, and they have 2 different lands. And a wedding announcement to get a whole bunch of other attackers in. And we got the first half of our combo! Woohoo! I'm actually beginning to think I have too many of these in the deck too. Maybe 4 is too many? I know back when I was using Teleportation Circle, I didn't have 4 Teleportation Circles in my deck. I may do with less. And this one's really cheap. I mean, and part of the reason it's cheap is... Oh, hello. He pumped them up already, didn't he? No blocks. And we're starting to flood out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells to 6 lands. When we have 2 fewer lands than normal. It's great. I can't even pump up the Initiate. They could attack with everybody right now. So obviously I do need at least 1 Field of Ruin and maybe more. Oh, look at that. Okay. Multiple rounds where you're going to give me my combo, half of my combo. Never show me the Wandering Emperor ever. I don't think it's worth hanging around for that anymore. So we took a deck that beat me decisively in almost every single time so far. Everybody else who's come up against me has completely demolished me. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of 2 of you. We're going to go ahead and start putting in board wipes. By invitation only is a good start. We do need a Field of Ruin. At least 1, so we'll do the 1. And what else am I not impressed with? 1 too many Meticulous Excavations showing up constantly. So let's do multi-depopulate. And is there anything else? Let's see. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Get rid of one clockwork drawbridge. And let's get something that destroys things, like Vanquish the Horde. Okay, so now we're up to 1 Field of Ruin and 4 board wipes, which is my standard kind of thing when I've got a small number of creatures. We're going to go in and attempt this one more time and see what the little Tpull spin on things does to a deck that previously beat me with no problem, but seems to have... Maybe it's just I make the worst decks, and my Dragon Tribal deck that they beat me with is even worse. And this is just like the second worst deck in all of Magic the Gathering. It's the second worst deck being used on Arena. I took out 2 of these and 1 of these, and I got them all up front anyway. Somebody's got a nice sense of humor. Here, gaze upon my works and be very afraid of all the zeros. I think maybe I should go find one of the defenders that we can use to turn these into attackers too. He doesn't have defender though, the Cat Citizen doesn't. Okay, there's half the combo, even though we just got rid of 1 of those, so there's only 3 left. Still no Wandering Emperor. Completely defensive spread. And here comes Wedding Announcement. Maybe we should just go put Wedding Announcement in. Here. Done there. Our opponent is not missing any land drop. And neither are we. 5 lands to 6 spells already. That is not a good ratio. Your flyers can go away. And one of you can go away. And they immediately have another flyer. Look at that. Here, we'll go ahead and tap you down. Destroy evil. Toughness 4 or greater. That would be you. Next turn. We have nothing. They have 6 cards in their hand. They've actually stopped getting land. We've actually beat them on land drops, even though we have 2 fewer lands than they do. I'm assuming they have 24 lands in their deck. We've had 7 spells, we've used them all. Hey, look at that. There. Destroy you. Hey, we have a creature that can attack now. He's not able to survive, but he could attack. Now we just start tapping down Giada. Oh, another color. Hello, Swamp. I'm blocking you. 5 cards, 7 open mana, and you're still not going to do anything? There we go. There we go. And you'll go ahead and banish my blocker. Okay. Our opponent Crusade has finally ran out of patience. And we're flooding out with land again. We're just matching our opponent on land, but they have so many more spells than we do. We can tap down the number 4 power one and take some punishments. 4 board wipes. None of them have shown up. Okay.
I've learned much during
Exile
my travels.
you.
Let me show you.
Come
My
back up.
judgment is final.
No attacks. $12 points of damage. We'll go ahead and block one. And it's a land which we don't really need right now.
You started this fight,
Second
but
creature.
I'm going to end. You are not much
Bring
of a
Wandering Emperor
roadblock.
back up. No attacks. And now you can see our deck in action. Here's the combo. It's working. We're getting rid of at least one creature a turn. We've still managed with 2 fewer lands in our deck. The enemy's just barely matching us there. No blocks. Because if we get another land, we're dead. And I don't care anymore, because I showed off the deck already.
Finally, I'm home.
I could have given us one more turn.
My judgment is
But
final.
who cares? That's the main combo. Normally, we're able to last longer. But we're missing 2 lands. We still got 9 lands out. So did our opponent. And not a sign of the 4 board wipes I put in. So we could have destroyed like everything they put out. And our cards never showed up. So I don't know what to do with this deck. I think I need your help on this, folks. We'll go in and show it one last time. If you're able to get the mana out to begin with, I guess you're going to have to trust me on this because we weren't able to demonstrate it too well, right? But we got the enchantment down. We got the Wandering Emperor down. We were exiling 1 creature threat every single turn. We had enough mana to keep doing it every single turn from now until Doomsday, and it was not enough. And at 22 lands, we put in more expensive spells finally. We increased our average mana cost to 2.4 just with adding these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those 4 didn't come up at all. So, if we want this to be a good deck, what would you do to change it up? What would you do to make it fearsome? Having these guys as defense wasn't enough. Having this cheap removal wasn't enough. Having all of this, when you count up all the removal, you got 4, 8, 10, 14, 18, and then the board wipes make for 22 removal spells, and they didn't come up fast enough to save us in any of those battles. Alright, leave some comments. Let me know what you would do with this deck. Should I just trash it? Should I keep playing around with it, try and make it work? We did not get anywhere close to our 50% win-loss ratio. We had like 1 win, I think, and then loss. Alright, I'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.